The laboratory envelope was underneath the electric bill. My name is Daniel Reeves. I'm 42 years old, a civil engineer living in Atlanta, Georgia, and that piece of paper would destroy everything I thought I knew about my wife, Melissa. The results were crystal clear. Negative. No tumor markers. No evidence of cancer, past or present. I sat alone at the kitchen table at 6 in the morning, my hands shaking around the report. Melissa was upstairs resting from yesterday's chemotherapy. 2 years. 2 entire years of medical appointments, treatments, tears, sleepless nights, funeral plans, 2 years draining our retirement account to pay for procedures that never happened. The house was silent except for the hum of the refrigerator. I looked at the photos on the wall. Our honeymoon in Savannah, our 10th anniversary, the day she told me about the diagnosis. In that photo, I'm hugging her, promising we'd fight together. Now I see what it really was. The embrace of an idiot. And yet, I still had no idea how deep the lie went. Cancer was only the beginning. I met Melissa 14 years ago at an architecture conference. She was all smiles and energy, the kind of woman who lights up a room. We got married way too fast, but I didn't care. I thought I had found the love of my life. For the first years, everything felt right. We bought a house in Buckhead. She left her job to focus on the home, and I didn't question it. I just wanted her to be happy. Things changed 3 years ago. First, small medical bills I didn't remember. Then appointments she insisted on attending alone. Then, one September afternoon, she sat beside me on the couch, sobbing, "Daniel, I need to tell you something. The doctors found something. Breast cancer. Stage 2. Treatable," she said, "but expensive." I refinanced the house. I emptied our savings. I borrowed against my 401k. When she needed $8,000 for an experimental treatment, I sold my motorcycle, the one I rebuilt with my father before he died. When she needed $12,000 for specialist consultations in Houston, I took a second consulting job on weekends. I watched her shave her head. I held her while she pretended to be nauseous. I waited in fake waiting rooms, holding her hand while she recovered. And I believed every word, every tear, every performance. Then a lab envelope arrived by mistake, meant for her doctor's office, but delivered to our home. A simple clerical error that exposed 14 years of lies. I didn't confront her. Something told me to wait. While she slept, I went to her office in the basement. She kept that door locked. I picked it with a paper clip. Inside, I found stacks of bank statements from an account I didn't know existed. Deposits matching every treatment I had paid for. Transfers to another account shared with someone named Marcus Chun. Plane tickets. Hotel confirmations. Photos of Melissa with an Asian man, smiling at beaches, casinos, restaurants, perfectly healthy. At the bottom drawer, I found a notebook. A detailed ledger of every lie. Daniel working Saturdays. 3,000 more monthly. Fake crisis on Tuesday. Asked for 5,000. Plan remission next year. Maintain fear of relapse. Could extend funds 2 to 3 more years. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I photographed everything, copied every file, and put everything back exactly as it was. When I went upstairs, Melissa was whispering on the phone, laughing. "He has no idea, baby. 6 more months, and we disappear with everything." When she saw me enter the room, she pretended to be exhausted. "Daniel, you scared me. I was just talking with Jennifer from the support group." I smiled. "Of course. How are you feeling?" "Tired. Yesterday was rough. Could you make dinner?" "Of course," I said. Inside, I was already gone. I spent the next 3 days digging deeper. I hired a private investigator, Sarah Kim, a former fraud detective. Within 48 hours, she had uncovered everything. Marcus Chun, a personal trainer with a history of financial fraud. 2 former partners with restraining orders. Multiple men Melissa was scamming simultaneously. Fake medical appointments. Luxury spas instead of chemotherapy. And then the final blow. Melissa was 3 months pregnant. Not with my child, with Marcus's. I chose Thursday night. Melissa was on the couch, watching TV, pretending to be frail. "Did you bring dinner?" she asked. "No," I said, "but I brought something else." I dropped a folder on the table. "You never had cancer." She froze, then instantly turned on the tears. "Daniel, how could you say that?" "Melissa," I said, my voice colder than I knew possible. "I know everything. Marcus, the money, the trips, the pregnancy." Her tears vanished like a switch had flipped. "You can't prove anything." I opened folder after folder. Bank statements, photos, her notebook, lab results. "The police are on their way," I said. She tried to run. 2 detectives came through the door. She screamed, lied, begged, collapsed. For the first time in years, the tears were real. But not for me, only for herself. The trial lasted 3 months. Marcus got 5 years. Melissa got 7, with 2 added for exploiting a terminal illness. Her baby was born in prison. Social services placed him with Marcus's sister. I wanted no involvement. It wasn't my child. I recovered $67,000 through the courts. The rest was gone. I sold a house. Every room felt contaminated by her lies. 2 years later, I live in a small apartment in Midtown. Therapy helped me understand what my therapist called complex betrayal. Melissa didn't just betray my heart or my finances. She weaponized my empathy. She turned compassion into a trap. 6 months ago, she sent a letter begging forgiveness, claiming she was sick in another way, asking that her child know the only real father she ever loved. I burned the letter. Some people don't pretend to be broken because they need help. They pretend to be broken to break you. The only cure is realizing they were never drowning. They were the ocean, pulling you under, waiting for you to tire. Today, when I wake up, I feel relief. Not love, not anger, just the clean silence of a life without lies. And that is finally enough.